Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So for the past 2 weeks, the president of Kenya, Kenya is a country here in East Africa. The guy did, it's called Professor Kithure Kindiki, our good professor of, it's called what, political law. Is the vice president of Kenya or deputy president of Kenya. So he did a disappearance act. And then it's called what? There was a lot of speculations, rumors, and you just know the way Kenyans are. So that's what I'm saying, Professor Kithure Kindiki's disappearance act. So before the good professor took power, he had the former deputy president of Kenya, it's called Gachagua, son of Mau Mau. That's why that's his nickname, was impeached. So Kindiki took over power. So everyone thought everything was going to be good, because initially, before even the elections, the president had selected Kindiki, but because of politics, he was not appointed as the running mate of President Ruto. So it is Gachagua who took it before he was impeached after 2 years. The first deputy president under the new constitution to be impeached. So we learned a lot in the impeachment scenario of Gachagua, that someone can be impeached in 2 days. That's what happened, okay, in 1 week. So now, so the young Gen Z say, all these problems in Kenya started at independence, when we had our first vice president, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the president, the father to Raila Odinga, the opposition leader, but now is running for the AU chairmanship. So now what happened? Jaramogi was for communism, while Kenyatta was for capitalism. And even there's a story that the British wanted Jaramogi to be president, yet he was supporting communism. I don't know how that would have worked. So the long story of short is that once they had a falling out, after 2 years, in 1966, Kenya got independence in 64. In 66, Jaramogi was gone, and most of his followers lost seats. First forward was the late Saitoti, who was Moi's vice president for many years. And remember, Moi was also the vice president to Jomo Kenyatta. So one common thread about the deputy presidents of Kenya is that it's a tough job. That's why I'm talking about Professor Kindiki's disappearance act. You see, once you're the deputy president in Kenya, you're like a marked man, not woman, because you never had a deputy who is a woman. Maybe it will happen in future, because everyone around you believes that they want your heartbeat away from the presidency. You can be president anytime. Remember what happened in Tanzania? Suluhu was the vice president to the late Magufuli, and just in the blink of an eye, she became president. So now Kindiki has a lot of enemies, has a lot of pressures from his people, because what's happening in Mount Kenya, is the Mount Kenya for the Meru people, Mount Kenya for the Kikuyu. So the Mount Kenya for the Kikuyu are not sitting pretty. It's not settled, because their person Gachagua was impeached, isn't it? Now the Mount Kenya for Meru is also not settled, because Kindiki on the ground doesn't seem strong. You'd expect someone who won a deputy president not to be popular, to be so popular, but we're not seeing it. Because I was just thinking in my mind, what if Ruto chose someone from another community? That community will be around him, coalescing around the deputy president, and it will be a big story in those counties or provinces. So now Professor Kindiki is in a catch-22 situation. There's a lot of disappearance of young men and women, but more so young men. But the government is playing the games they play. This is Africa. government cannot accept that a wall is white. They will say it's black. And yet you are saying the wall is white, they will say it's black. That's common. It's called managing situations. So now, Professor Kindiki cannot come out and say what the government is doing, whether it's true or false. So he has to play a game. It's called what the president says is what the vice president, deputy president must echo. If the president says the sky is green, the deputy president must say the sky is green. If the deputy president says, I don't know, a cow lays an egg, the deputy president must also say the cow lays an egg. So that's the quagmire that Professor Kindiki finds himself in. So me, this scenario, the only thing that can help Professor Kindiki, if he is truthful, becomes truthful, whereby he says what's going on, tells the Kenyans the truth about these kidnappings, police brutality, police killings, extrajudicial is too much. Two, also tells the powers that be the president that the country is on a wrong track. All these taxes can't help Kenya. The taxes have to go. People who are in the civil service, I don't know, civil servants, you have teachers, lecturers, policemen, and all other cadres of civil servants, like even doctors, yes, have to have some form of pay increment. It can be, I don't know, just some pay increment. And then sort out the agriculture. Agriculture is our silver bullet. I'm sure the president knows what should be done in agriculture to create jobs for these young Gen Zs. Because the young people are just a time bomb. They don't have jobs. They have nothing to lose. And there's nothing as bad as someone who has nothing to lose. You cannot kill all of them, isn't it? So that's what we are saying. Professor Kindiki Disappearance Act. In my view, that disappeared because as a good deputy president, you must tell the president what the reality on the ground. The economy is bad. There's crime rate. People don't have money even to buy, to even eat food. Some people even eat maybe even 4 times a week, and they have families. So this is what I'm saying. Professor Kindiki Disappearance Act is not telling the president the truth. Even we have seen our universities, they are going to go on strike because of non-payment of lecturers. This funding model is useless. We need to go to the former one whereby money follows where the student is. And then after 2 years, we can start having free education from nursery all the way to university. That's what we're talking about. Now that's being truthful to the powers that be, that we need to change course. We need to sort out agriculture, sort out our education, sort out our security, the police force, you name it, isn't it? So that's why I'm saying Professor Kindiki Disappearance Act. He has disappeared in terms of physical appearance and also in terms of wise counsel to the president. You know, developed countries like, let's say, Europe, America, the deputy gives the president, tells him the hard truth in private. Here in Kenya, the deputy president is more of a parrot, a kasuku. Just repeats what the president says, which is not very helpful. That's why I'm saying Professor Kindiki's Disappearance Act. I hope he comes to the table, he puts his act together, and helps the president to change Kenyan's course. So this is the Professor Maima Show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life and you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. I also pray for myself to achieve all my goals. I pray for Kenya to be peace, and also for the leaders to do the right things for the country. Those are my prayers. Amen. And I want to thank you for who has been supporting us, that we keep on supporting our channel, so that we keep on passing on this message of good leadership, of motivation, and also of encouraging people in this new year. Yes, and as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, gwaheri.